I'm Arwen Rogers. I'm so excited to bring you this core yoga class today. It is a dynamic yoga class, which I love to teach for my athlete friends who, frankly, they get a little bit, they don't want to hold still for very long. So this class is very dynamic. It's going to activate a lot of your core muscles. It's going to help connect your shoulders, your arms, and your legs, all with your core and your back. And so I love to teach this one. It's very dynamic, it's pretty fun, and I hope you enjoy. So go ahead and start sitting up nice and tall, crossing the ankles comfortably underneath you. Just going to start keeping your sits bones on the ground. Rock from side to side. Deepen your breaths from your inhales and your exhales, always wanting to support your movement with your breath. And now take it in a circle, take it clockwise, and then take it counterclockwise. So this yoga class will move a little bit more quickly than most yoga classes, just because I like to use this one for warming up or cooling down after a workout. So let's go ahead and take yourself up, bend one elbow to the ground, stretch up and over. Try to keep both of your hips on the ground. That way you can really feel your rib cage separating gently from the pelvis. Up and over from side to side. Feels really good, dynamic stretches. I usually like to do this one after I've gone on a run, where the muscles are a little more stiff and they've done repetitive motion. It's a good way to cool it down. And now come back to the center, round the spine backwards, hold on to your knees, and then bring the rib cage forward, and round your spine back, and rib cage forward. Use this moment to really connect in with your breath. Let the exhale pull you backwards, hollow out the spine. Inhale brings you forwards. Exhale, let go of the stress. Inhale, energize. Exhale. One more time. And inhale forward, stretching your arms up, clasping your opposite elbows, and then just bend over to the right. Deepen your breath, stretching that side, and then back to the center, up and over to the other side. And then back to the center, open the arms behind you, interlace the fingers, open the chest, and then bow forward, just gently stretching out your back, your shoulders, and your chest, all at the same time. And then back to the center, bringing the soles of the feet together, and just start to rock from one hip to the other. One knee crosses and closes over the other. Lean back on your hands so that your hips have some motion. Rock from side to side. And now, activate your core so that your core is strong and stable as your knees act like windshield wipers. Deep breaths from side to side. Knees together for this one. One more time each side. And then back to the center. Let's go ahead and come onto your hands and knees into a crouching position. Toes are tucked underneath you. And start to rev forward and back between your hands and your feet. Very important that you're not just bending the knees here. You're pushing your hands back, and that's what makes the knees bend. Push the feet forward, and that's what lengthens you out. Now hover the knees off the ground and continue. You'll really feel this core connection. You feel how your belly muscles fire up to help support your arms and your legs. Good. And then pike the tailbone to the ceiling, and then bring the hips to a plank. Pike up and plank, and pike up and plank. 2 more times. If you need to do this slower, that's fine. Everyone's got a different rhythm that they're comfortable with. And now come into your plank pose. Take one leg up and out to the side and center. So we're not moving the torso, we're just moving the leg just a couple inches side and center. Firing up the core, deep breaths, and then back to the center. Lift the other leg up and go from side to side. Keep your whole body still. It's just that leg moving a couple inches from side to side. It should take a lot of core strength. Breathe to support yourself. Back to the center and rev it up again. Hands should be feeling a lot of strength by now. Make sure the fingertips are wide and spread out. And you're pushing from hand to foot. That's where you get the energy for the core. Last one. Pike the hips up to the ceiling. Heels down to the floor, downward facing dog. Remember, you can do this with a slight bend in the knee, or you can walk your hands a little closer to to make this a little easier on the wrists. 2 more breaths. And last one. Getting ready for alternating lunges. Right foot goes to the outside edge of the mat, and then press yourself back into your downward dog. Left foot to the outside edge, and press back. Make sure you're using your hands and your feet to give you a push off of the ground. This will make it a little more dynamic and make you more efficient. 2 more. One to the right, and one to the left. Go ahead and lower down onto your forearms. Tailbone is still high. Lift and lower the heels. Remember, you can do this with bent knees, and it will work just the same. Deep breaths. Almost there. And last one. Knees come to the floor. Hands come together. Circle the wrists, and sit back onto your heels. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get ready for our sun salutation, a little bit of a crouching one. So bringing the tailbone up, and then walk your hands back to meet your feet. Bend your knees and drop down into a deep squat. Take the arms, straighten out to the sides with the arms, and then deep squat again. Out to the side. Try to keep the torso on the thighs as much as possible. Deep breath. Clasp your hands behind you, interlace the fingers, and stretch. Sitting down into a deep chair, float the arms forward, take a deep breath, lift up onto the tiptoes, lower the heels back down, and walk yourself out to a plank. Deep breaths, hold your plank, pull the core muscles in and up, deep breaths. And now lifting one leg up, pulse it to the ceiling, keeping your core strong. Deep breath. And now tuck the knee in between the hands and kick back. Tuck it in and kick back. Tuck it in and back. Last one. Now swing the knee forward. Drop the back knee to the ground. Tap and lengthen just the back knee. Deep breaths. 2 more. Last one, coming upright into a deep lunge. Go ahead and start to press the back foot to lunge you forward. Press the front foot to push you back. Here we go. Push the feet. The feet are doing the stretching. They are pushing. That's what gives you support for the joints. Helps you to not stretch a joint, but to stretch and engage your muscle better. So it's a technique that we want to practice. So don't just lunge, but push from the feet. One foot pushes back, other foot pushes forward. 2 more times. And last one. Lunge forward, hands on the thighs. Lift your kneecap off, and then push forward and back. Between front foot and back foot again. Deep breaths. This is really going to help with hip flexor strength and flexibility. 2 more times. And last one, lots of activity there. Go ahead and sit the knee down, sit back onto the heel, and stretch out. Now for this front leg, you're going to take a windshield wiper right from the top of the thigh. So turn the thigh outward and inward, outward, inward. A few more times. And now hold, push your heel and drag it back. So the heel is pushing backwards. This will really help to stretch out that calf. Flex and pointed toes. Keep digging that heel into the mat. Deep breaths. Almost there. Last one. Fold your torso gently over the front of the thigh for 1 more breath. And release. Go ahead and lunge forward, taking the hands on the inside of the foot, and walk your foot to the outside edge of your mat until you have enough room. We're going to be taking a little push up here to help the inner thigh to open up a little more. For some of us, keeping the foot flat on the floor feels better. For others, maybe the edge of the foot. But wherever you're doing, your foot is actively pushing into the ground. So make sure that it's appropriate for you. You can also have one hand propped up on the thigh to give a little more space, especially if this is a really big stretch for you right away. Deep breaths, 2 more. And last one. And then gently stretch back, turn the toes out to the side, hold, feel that outer thigh, hamstring, glute. Deep breath. And then slowly release. Step yourself back into your downward dog. Pedal out the feet. And then get ready to come into your deep squat. So walk your hands back, bend your hips down towards the floor. Lift up onto your tiptoes. 2 more. 1. Plant the hands back again. Walk yourself back out to your plank. Hold that plank. Core is strong, powerful. Pull up through the low belly. And release. Let's switch to the other leg. I'm going to turn around so you can see it, but you can stay where you are. Just switch to your other side. So go ahead and press yourself back into your downward dog. And then hover. Bring the knee into the chest and kick back. Knee to chest and kick back. Deep breaths. So we're building some momentum so that we can swing that leg through the hands. Get ready and swing it through into your deep lunge. Lower down onto the back knee and just start to press one foot to the other. Deep breaths. So remember, this is not happening at the knee, it's happening at your feet. So the front foot pushes, and that's what straightens the leg. Your back foot pushes, and that's what lunges deeper into your hip. Push the front foot, straighten. Push the back foot, lengthen the hip. Good. So always moving from your feet. All 5 toes of the front foot activate equally. This will help to reveal any muscular imbalances if you tend to push everything onto your outside edge. Try transferring it to the whole foot. I know that seems very picky, but it makes a big difference in how your hips and your core handle everything. Good job. And now lift and lower the knee, up and down, up and down. Deepen your breath. Good job. Nice. Lower down, hands onto the thigh, take it a little deeper. And now straight to the front leg and bend deeper. Remember your feet. That's what's starting the motion. The knee and the hip just respond. It's the feet that are the star of the show, always. Deep breath. A lot of times when I'm teaching yoga, I notice I see people wobbling, and it's usually because they're going without having a foundation of their feet. So that's why I emphasize that so much. And now hover forward, take a deep lunge. Both feet are engaging. Go ahead and lift the back knee off, rock forward and back. Building that calf strength. Let's get ready to take that counter stretch. Lower the knee back down, hands to the floor, sit back onto your back heel, and then turn your thigh in and out. So your foot makes a windshield wiper, turning the entire thigh right inside the hip socket. Your hip socket is in front of your hips, not to the sides. So that's where you want to feel the thigh bone moving, is in the front of the hips. Deep breath. Almost there. And then plant the toes to the floor, stretching out the top of the foot. If your foot doesn't get all the way to the ground, that's okay. Everyone's bone structure is a little different. So even if you're reaching for the floor and not quite there, you're still getting the same stretch. Good. And now, flex the foot, dig the heel in, pull back. So that heel is literally digging back. That will help to activate your leg. Nice job. Let's go ahead and lunge forward. Walk the foot out to the side to create some space for your deep push-ups. Remember, you can drop down on both hands. If that's too much range, put one hand up on the thigh. Let's begin up and down. This helps to open up the rotation of the hip socket and stretches your inner thigh and also helps your low back health. Deep breaths. Almost there. Good. 2 more. Last one. Straighten out the front leg. So the leg will be a little bit angled here, and then just keep it turned out. It really stretches that outer shin, calf, and outer thigh. Yes, the outer hamstring as well, so it's really good to help balance out muscle groups. Excellent. Lunge forward gently to release. Press yourself back and pedal out the feet again. Excellent. down into the floor, sitting all the way down, and we'll take a few poses to help stretch everything out. So go ahead and lie down onto your back, hug the right knee into the chest, and hold one hand around the ankle. So same leg, same hand will hold the ankle, and then the other hand will go onto the knee. Curl the chin up into the chest, and then lower down 3 times. 2, this is just to help get your spine to lengthen along the floor and your abs to engage. Now flatten your spine all the way down, even the back of the head, and then take your other leg and move it in and out. So we're trying to keep the kneecap in line with the ankle and also in line with your hip socket. So everything is parallel. Deep breaths. Last one. And then switch legs. So take the same arm as the leg and put it on the ankle, and then take the other hand on the knee. Taking the knee up into the chest, and then let's take that spine curl. 3, 2, and 1. Now flatten the spine to the ground and extend the bottom leg. So this seems a little bit easy, not very much going on, but there actually is. You're helping to get your legs to train back to parallel. So if you find that you tend to rotate your thighs without noticing, or if you have hip imbalances, this will help to correct it. All right, bringing the feet back onto the center, place the feet on the ground, and just tilt the pelvis forward and back a couple times. Let that low back release and come back to neutral place. Now we're going to hug both knees into the chest. So bring both ankles together, knees are symmetrical with each other. Curl the chin up and down for 3, 2, 1, and from here, you may be only wrapping your hands around your knees, that's fine. But if you need a little extra, wrap your elbows around your knees, and then curl your chin into your chest for 3 more, and 2, and 1. Now here's the fun part. Flatten your entire spine, including your tailbone, to the floor. You're going to feel a huge compression in the abdomen, in the hip sockets. Knees are pushing against the arms. The tailbone is flattening to the ground. This is super good for your digestive system, helps to regulate that, and also helps your low back and your hip flexors. It stretches your low back and strengthens your hip flexors. And now release everything. You really want to give yourself a chance to lengthen everything out. Let the circulation come back to normal in the hip sockets. Maybe shimmy from side to side. And now, a few stretches on the back. So go ahead and lift yourself up into a bridge pose, just halfway down, and then take your shoulder blades one at a time underneath your back. And then the hands will just come onto the belly and just encourage the rib cage to settle back into neutral. There's a tendency to pop that rib, so you want to keep that in. Shoulder blades together, elbows push down, hands pull the ribs down. Now just move the hips up and down a couple times. This helps with lower cross syndrome when the glutes are not really activating very well. Helps your hamstring and hip strength to work together. But keep the ribs out of it. This is not a back bend. Deep breaths. And then lift yourself up onto your tiptoes. Deep breaths. Keep pulling the ribs down. Keep lengthening the tailbone towards your heels. And then slowly lower all the way down. Crossing one ankle over the other. Bring the knees up into the chest and gently hug the legs in. Nice deep hip opener. If you'd like to take it a little deeper, wrap your elbow around your knee, hand around the foot, and then extend your left leg down. The knee is coming more towards the outside. Let it guide with the elbow, and that will usually handle the range of motion for most people. If you've got really flexible hips, then you can square off the foot, but I don't recommend that for most people. Just push the knee down into the elbow, try to get to the floor. That will be plenty of a stretch. Deep breaths. And last one. Slowly bring the foot back onto center, extend the leg, hand comes behind the thigh, point and flex the toes 3 times, just to get the calf to activate. And on your last one, gently pull the thigh towards the chest. Now if you need to, bend the knee. This is not about straining joints. We really want to feel length in the muscles. If you need a little more challenge, hand can transfer up into the calf, and that will give you a little more leverage to pull deeper. Only do that if it feels good to you. Deep breaths, point and flex the toes 3 times. 2, and 1. Holding onto the outside edge of the foot, or use a strap, and let the leg just gently open up to the side. Go to the place that feels good to your body. It's going to be different for everyone. You can also do this with a bent knee. It's the exact same stretch. It's just as useful. Almost there. 2 more breaths. And last one. Taking that same leg, crossing it over the midline of the body. I personally, since I have a tight back, I like to take the elbow underneath the thigh, hug it up into the chest, roll onto the side first, and then put the shoulder blade back on the floor. It just helps lengthen the low back into the twist. So take a few deep breaths here. Make sure you modify the twist so that it works for you, that you feel it, that it feels good. And then back to the center. Let's go to the other side. So cross the other ankle over the top, hug the knees into the chest, press your tailbone flat to the floor so you can really feel that outer hip stretching. Deep breaths. Now if you like, you can stay here, or you can transfer the hand to the foot and the elbow to the knee, and then extend your bottom leg, gently press the knee into the elbow. That will give a great hip opener. Deep breaths. Allow yourself to find that balance between strength in the muscles and relaxation. What tension can you let go of? And now extend the leg to the ceiling, holding the hands behind the back of the thigh. Deep stretch. If you need a little more, transfer the hands up to the calf to give yourself more leverage. And when you're ready, point and flex the foot. Notice a little extra stretch happens when you move. And now take the hand out to the side of the foot. And if you have the choice of bending the knee as you go sideways, or take it straight. Remember, this is your stretch. Let yourself feel it so it feels good. Make sure the other hip is anchored to the floor. Always want to have stability on one side as we stretch to the other. Good. And then bend the knee gently to come back in. And cross the knee over the midline. Remember, you can take the opposite elbow, wrap it underneath the thigh, turn onto your side to help set up your back, and then take your opposite shoulder down after you've got everything set up. Remember, if this twist isn't working for you, you can take a different position with the hands, maybe around the foot instead. Take deep breaths. Excellent. And slowly bring yourself back onto your center line. Bring the feet back underneath you. Lift your hips up. Stretch out into that bridge again. Rock your shoulder blades underneath your back, and this time try clasping the hands together. Drop your rib cage down, lift your hips up, so you have a nice slope from the knees all the way down to the top of the head. Lower all the way back down. Hug the knees into the chest one last time, curl the chin up. And then stretch everything nice and long, and start to move into your full relaxation, Shavasana. So you can take between 5 and 15 minutes. This will really help your muscles to come back to their normal state. It's super important to take a nice long Shavasana. If you don't have time for 5 minutes, do 1 minute. Everything is good for your relaxation. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Deep exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more time. Moving into your stillness. Letting go of any motion in the body. Letting go of your thoughts or worries. Just focus on the breath, moving in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel the symmetry of the breath. Imagine the breath moving through the body, Relaxing any tightness in the upper body, the shoulders, the arms, the chest. Feel your back soften and settle into the mat. Feel your hips relax, both the front, back, and sides of the hips. Let the legs release. Let the feet be soft. Relax your face. Remember that you can stay here as long as you like. 5 to 15 minutes is ideal. If you're ready to be active again, you can slowly come up to seated position. Hands come into the heart center. Inhale, float the arms out overhead. 3 circles, down through the heart center, out to the side. Circle up, inhale, and exhale. One more time, inhale. Leave the hands at your heart center. Give yourself a little bow. Honor yourself, honor your practice. Thank you again. Namaste.